Hello everybody on YouTube. I've decided to bring the magnet motor back out of the cupboard just to show you what I've been up to with it. It's been over a year since it's been out, and the last time it came out was to make these two gears, which you can see on one of my other videos. But I haven't made any 32 tooth, so we're going to have to stick with the... I'll show you how it all goes together. And I'll be using the 30 tooth gears. So first of all, what I'm going to do, I'm going to skim these blocks up. These are solid lumps of metal, big thick solid lumps of metal. They're a bit rusty and a little bit knackered on the ends, but I'm going to skim them up and try and make it look a little bit better than what it does. Okay, that's both blocks fully machined up, perfectly square, machined all round, both the same size. Now these are solid metal, and the idea is that they will get mounted onto a board, and these two spindles here will sit into these sleeves. I'll show you the sleeves a bit better. These are the sleeves here, slightly off centre for the hole so it can pivot round. You've got a bearing inside there, and the spindle fits inside them. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to build it up just to show you how it gets built up. They're the 33 tooth ones. There's a couple of 29 tooth and a couple of 30s. These are the 30s. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. First of all, the gear slots into the end up to this circlip, and then I put a spacer on there, and then I put one of my magnet filled rollers, and then I put another spacer on there, and I put another magnet filled roller on top of it, and you can actually see, I don't know if you can actually see that. I'll just lift it up a bit so you can see that that is actually you can see how powerful these neodymium magnets are. There is still a little bit of weight in that, and yet it's so I'll go back to that bit down there. So you push that one up to that, another spacer, and then another spindle or another magnet filled roller, and then you tighten the nut on the end, and that basically makes up your spindle. And then you can slightly adjust all the magnets so that they're all properly inlined. And you'll also have to line the gear up once you've done both of them. So that's one of them. I'll just quickly show the other one up. Line the magnets up. And now we can proceed by putting these sleeves into them, into the holes in the metal blocks. And we'll put them in the highest points, because I know the 30 tooth gear is somewhere, with these being somewhere in the middle, and the 33 tooth gear was with them being fully spaced out like that, and they were too tight to do that. So if I need to do that, I'll have to make a 32 tooth. So that goes in there. In fact, we'll put it the other way around. Put it the other way around because it'll be easier to line the gears up. And that goes in there. As you can see, the magnets are already pushing apart. It's going to be easier for me to lay it down, I think. Really needs fastening to a board. The reason why I originally made this device is because I saw a video on YouTube called Magnet Motor Concept and How Magnetic Shielding Works. If you want to know what I'm trying to do with this device, you're better off looking at that, watching that video, and you might get an idea of how the concept is supposed to work. I don't actually believe that it will work, but it won't be from me not actually trying. Do you think this device will ever work, Tom?
What?
This thing here.
What do you mean? What am I saying? What do you mean?
Just wondering whether this device will ever work. That, there. Well, do you think it'll spin?
Of course.
Not too fast, otherwise it'll separate.
Let's try these.
Yeah. Do you remember me making some of them?
I know. Because them two fit together.
Yeah.
So if these two fit together, them two fit together.
Them are called magnets in there. Can you see how it's bouncing off each other?
Yeah.
Yeah. And oh, it's separated. Never mind.
Still rolling. Oops.
Oh, it's totally gone now.
Make a mess of it now.
These are neodymium magnets. They're 8mm by about 5mm deep, and I've got 2 spare left over, which are clamped to my finger. So just to show you the kind of power that they've got. If it's got that kind of pulling power, you can still feel it pulling at that point. So they've got quite a lot of pulling power, so they'll have, I'm assuming, the same in the pushing power when you put them self to self. That's virtually all the magnets lined up, but it's constantly wanting to spring apart. I think it's virtually impossible for this thing to actually work. But all those who believe that it will work can't say that I haven't tried. It needs fixing onto a board first. I think when I put some piece of metal through there, I think they'll still be repelling through the piece of metal as well as attracting to the piece of metal. So you'll have the repelling forces on the bottom. So you'll have repelling forces on the bottom, repelling forces on the top, as well as attraction on the top, which will stop it even more. And there it goes again. But if nothing else, it'll make a nice shiny paperweight.